Hello, and good evening, and welcome to At Home with Guillaume, with your host, Guillaume. That's me. And tonight, I'm going to be doing something really special. I'm going to be making a really nice homemade lentil soup. And I love making lentil soup, especially in February, when it's really cold out, and especially when you're in London, and it's raining almost all the time when you least expect it. So, I've been going through a wonderful week so far. It's Monday, February the 17th, and I went to a new step aerobics class, so I'm feeling pretty exhausted, and I'm pretty excited though to be making this soup. And one of the reasons why is because I'm going to be using my amazing new peeler, which I bought the other day from John Lewis. And what makes this so amazing is you can peel potatoes, you can peel carrots, and it has this thing at the bottom of it which you can use, if you can see that, which is for, they call it holing, which is for strawberries. So the diagram explains a little bit better than I can. So I'm just going to show you some of the things which I got tonight. So I got some bacon. In case you're wondering, I'm not a vegetarian. I thoroughly support vegetarians though and their cause, and I do like eating vegetables, so I'm not opposed to vegetables, or the ethos of vegetarians. I even thought about being vegetarian a while ago. So I also got some onions, which look like this. They don't really smell like anything, but the idea is to, like, you know, make it a multi-sensory experience. And then we've got carrots. I bought about 9 or so, because I imagine if I'm making like 3 lots of this, then I'll do 9 carrots, 3 per. And these smell really nice and fresh, if you can smell that. And what else do we have? We also have some pepper, which is awesome because it will give it some flavor. Some vegetable stock cubes. So these make it a little bit more approachable if you are a vegetarian, because I got the vegetarian ones. And a huge bag filled with potatoes. This is about 2 kilos, which is more than enough. I imagine if you have about 2 kilos of potatoes, you can do a lot with it. And also from Sainsbury's, I got some garlic. So imagine, and this also doesn't smell like anything like the onion, but we shall see momentarily when I start adding the ingredients. So one of the great things about cooking with Guillaume, at home with Guillaume, when I'm cooking, I always love to cook locally as well, and so I got some local lentils from my Middle Eastern shop just up the street. And I love it because they're just awesome people, they're really friendly, they've got loads of lentils, and if you remember, I love making mixed bean salad, it's kind of a thing, and so that's pretty awesome. And for later on, I got some funny mix from Haribo, because I thought, why not, you know, it's not going in the soup, but... And, of course, something which is a staple whenever you're cooking, extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to start chopping these things up and sauteing, and we shall go from there. So, you might be wondering, what is it about this lentil soup that makes it so special? And there are a couple of reasons. The first is that I learned this recipe from my Uncle Mark, who is a wonderful guy. My uncle lives in London, and we went for a walk recently to our local park called Gunsbury Park, and when we came back, he surprised me by bringing some ingredients to make this soup. And when he originally made this soup, he didn't really want to be filmed, and so I thought I would take the opportunity to share this family recipe with you, and just show you what makes it so special. So it's a family recipe, and some of the things that make it quite unique is that it involves lemon rind. So lemon rind, I love cooking with lemons. Cooking with lemons is something which I love doing, and so the zest of a lemon can really make a huge difference. The power of lemon is really unyielding. And so what I love to do is I love to chop the lemon up afterwards, and then I love to use it for lemon water. So that's one thing that makes this unique. The second thing that makes this unique is that I'm going to be using balsamic vinegar later once it's finished, and this gives it a great zing. And he was telling me how when he was growing up, that's what his mother used to do, and that's what his grandmother used to do. So it's very much something, a recipe that's gone through our family generation by generation. And so at this point, basically, I have chopped up the onions, which look like that. I like them to be a little bit coarse. I haven't chopped up the garlic, but it looks like this. And it smells really strong. It's a really sweet smell, which is just delicious. And so I've picked out 4 potatoes to cook with tonight, and 4 carrots. And I'm going to be peeling these with the peeler, which I've just unraveled. And I'm really excited about it. And just to give you an idea. And another thing which makes tonight a little bit special, not just what I'm cooking, but also the experience of listening to the delightful, soothing voice of Jim Morrison and the Doors. And this is the song, Indian Summer. I'm just listening it on repeat, and it's just so relaxing, and it's something which makes the experience of cooking so much more enjoyable. Hello again. So, if you've been following the plot so far, if you will, of me. So, now that I've been cooking the carrots, which I have coined, and added them to the mixture of the onions and garlic and bacon, now I'm going to add the delightful potatoes, which look like this. And I'm not going to eat one to show you what they taste like, but I'm just going to be putting them by the handful into the amazing pot, which looks like that right now. And something else which I've learned about cooking is that it really makes a huge difference when you cook with a lot of color, texture, and something which I also want to point out when you're making this recipe is that it's not necessary to cut the potatoes too fine, because you're going to be blending them down anyway. So when the lentils are done, you're going to be blending it down, and so that's why you want it to be medium cut size, like what I've been doing. Something like this isn't too bad. It's a decent size and will cook thoroughly when you're sauteing them, and then you'll get some texture as well when you're actually done blending it, as we'll see eventually. Making this family lentil soup. Where we were most recently was that I was chopping up some vegetables and peeling them and chopping them. And so this is what they look like now. The Doors are still playing in the background. And this is just an amazingly sweet carrot, which I love. It just got so much flavor. And while I was doing that, I was also simultaneously cooking the bacon. I used 4 rashers. Rashers is British jargon for just like a slice of bacon, basically, with the garlic and the onions. And so I've been doing that, but of course in between I've been taking little breathing sessions for the garlic and the bacon and the onions sort of meld together with the salt and pepper. If there's one thing I've learned from watching lots of cooking shows, including Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares and The Barefoot Contessa, and I love Ina Garden, I've learned that you need to cook with flavor and passion and love. And for me, flavor is a key thing for cooking when you're doing something especially like lentil soup, because as much as there are not lots of natural flavors with each of these ingredients, you just need that salt and pepper very early on to make that difference. Hello again. So, as you can see, I'm now wearing one of my wonderful favorite hats, which is Kenzo New Era hat, which I bought from opening ceremony over the summer, and I love it to death. It is just so sick, and this is a good look. So the reason why I'm wearing it is because it's a tribute to one of my favorite people in the whole world, and her name is Rihanna. And so, in addition to Rihanna, I also am a big fan of Paris Hilton. So, first one. So, happy birthday, Paris Hilton, for everything that you do. And almost happy birthday, Rihanna. I love you so much. You're just amazing. So if you're ever watching this, I don't know if you would, but I love cooking. Anyway. So where we are now, I have added everything to it, and the only thing that's left to add, which you can see over here, there's a couple of things, one of which is I'm going to be adding the vegetable stock, which is in my wonderful Mad Hatter cup, and of course the lemon, but we're going to do that later on. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this right now is because I also wanted to tell you that it's, right now, it is Tuesday, February 17th at 9:33 p.m. One of the things about slow cooking, which makes this a unique recipe, like other recipes I love making, like mixed bean salad and chili and lasagna, is that it takes a long time to cook. And when I say a long time, it's not just the process of cooking for a slow period of time, but also each individual ingredient needs its attention and care and focus. And so, for that reason, I wanted to do this now so you would see sort of a time-lapse of where we are now and where we are later on. And, of course, it's a little bit mystical because we have the psychedelic music of Jim Morrison playing on a loop. And so not to confuse you or anything, but this is where we are now, and we'll see how the meal progresses in a little bit. Hello again. Hi. So, if you've been following so far, basically everything is in the soup right now. It's just a matter of time, and I've kind of changed the music, a little bit of the vibe. I'm right now listening to the amazing, spectacularly cool and awesome Beyonce album, and this insane cool song called Haunted, which is actually two different videos on the album. The first one is Ghost and the other one's called Haunted. Anyway, so right now, this is where we are now. So right now, we're at 10:43 p.m. This is a really cool song. And this is kind of what it looks like now. So, basically, so the idea is to make sure that it doesn't burn. It's the lowest heat possible in terms of cooking slowly and carefully, and just spending the time and energy to make sure that it tastes spectacularly wonderful. And it has that flavor which is both sweet and rich and earthy. And that's of course something which you'll get with all these ingredients, but also the process of cooking it from hand. Hello again. So basically, now that I have added all those ingredients and they've been stewing for over an hour, now I'm at the process where I've added the lemon zest from one lemon, and the key thing is to not go too far, otherwise you'll get parts of the white, and that's not something which you really want. So, anyway, this is a really cool song. This is also on a loop, because obviously Beyonce rocks. And I just love the whole album, to be honest, but this is a really cool song. Anyway, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lentil soup, which looks like that, and I'm just going to blend it down a little bit. And you can enjoy the process of blending while listening to Beyonce. So, Beyonce is still playing. Anyways, I'm just going to get a spoon and try it so you can know that it's real and that it's edible and delicious, hopefully. Okay, so spoonful. Lentil soup. Let's give it a shot. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be like. That really rich texture, which it makes it so yummy and delicious. Really delicious. And something which you can have on your own, or friends, or family. Because that's the whole point of being me. I love sharing my life and people, everything with everyone, including yourself, watching the video. And I hope you get a chance to listen to this Beyonce album if you haven't heard it. And maybe even cook at home too, while you watch me cook as well and eat more lentil soup. So stay tuned until next week when I'm going to do another awesome At Home with Guillaume video. I'll keep it a surprise until then. But thank you so much for watching, and keep it real.